You're now tuned in to the Chronicles Podcast, hosted by the homie Cuzzo. You busy?
We back.
What's happening?
What's up?
You know, chilling.
Whatever.
What's been going on?
Nothing, just chilling.
You know, I have had a pretty good week as far as my petty. I think it was an astounding success. I do think, however, I'm going to stop going to Subway. At least the two Subways on this side of town. Why does T'Chaka look over there like he's coming down off a drug?
I think you should stop going to fast food places if you think you deserve some sort of special treatment. You probably should stop going.
Is Subway considered fast food?
How long does it take them to get your food ready?
Depends on the line.
If you're the only one in line.
About 5 minutes.
Okay, nigga, what's that?
That's interesting. I never classified Subway as fast food. You classify Qdoba fast food?
Yeah.
But they don't have a drive-through.
So, your definition of
Isn't that the standard definition, that a place has to have a drive-through?
I thought it was the words, fast food.
No, I thought it was how accessible it is. If it has a drive-through, it's considered fast food. Like your Wendy's, your Carl's Jr., your McDonald's.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have to excuse these niggas born in the 80s.
To be fair,
born when the shit was fast food know the difference between fast food. Okay.
To be fair, Subway close to Abbott does have a drive-through.
Like I said, y'all niggas born in the 80s, something else.
So you think I should stop going to fast food as a whole?
If you desire some sort of special treatment, because you go there all the time,
I don't think
I would say, sir, look here. Nigga, do you want a discount? If you want a discount, pull your card out. If you don't, keep your shit in there. Keep it moving. Get off the fucking phone. Quit having important conversations inside the motherfucker. Order your food, get your shit, get the fuck out the store.
Now, I wasn't on my phone last time.
That's what I would
You know what doesn't make sense, too? This Subway up here, if you go to Planet Fitness, they give you a discount, but the one over here doesn't.
Okay.
That doesn't. I didn't complain about that.
Probably because Planet Fitness used to be next door.
Maybe. So, what was I going to say? Forgot what I was going to say.
Why does your pettiness involve fast food joints? What is wrong with
you? So when I went to this Subway, because I went to a different one. So
why did you go to a different one? Because they trespassed you at the other one?
No, they didn't trespass me. Okay, I just didn't want to deal with their shenanigans. So
I thought they trespassed you.
When I went to the other one, right? Mm-hmm. I ordered my food. You have to answer it?
No.
Oh. Thank God.
1-800 numbers, bill collectors.
So
denied.
I went in there and I asked them for a ham and cheese melt, because that's what I've been eating. I told you about the melts.
Okay.
So the dude puts one layer of cheese on there.
Did he ask you if you wanted cheese and you got upset?
No. But with the melts, it's 3 times the cheese.
You turned into the Hulk?
So look. So he puts one layer on, and he grabs the sandwich to get ready to toast it. Mm-hmm. And I said, hey, I wanted a melt. And he's like, oh. Like, dude, I said this from the beginning. I wanted a ham and cheese melt. I didn't say that. I just said that to myself. It's like, whatever. So he's putting the extra cheese on there. The dude, looks like his fingers cut. And so another lady comes up. She's like, let me do it. Because it looked like he cut his hand or something, and he wrapped it and put the plastic gloves over it and shit. But she's like, I'll do it anyway. And I was just looking at them both like, okay, you motherfuckers figure it out. I just want the goddamn sandwich. It was damn near 9 o'clock that day. It was one of my long days. And I was just like, I just want the goddamn sandwich. I don't care if fucking a bum comes in off the street at this point and makes the goddamn sandwich.
Look, if you have problems with that, why don't you make your own food at your own house? Why don't you buy you some cold cuts and some sandwich spread and lettuce and shit?
I get
and
that
make
logic.
the shit at your motherfucking house.
I get that
and
logic.
leave these people alone who
But
trying to earn
but
them
when
some,
I get off
earn
that
them
late,
some money. Who gives a fuck? Nobody gives a fuck who you getting off. When you get off, who gives a fuck? What they supposed to say, sir? How in a rush are you? You just get off? What they supposed to test your feelings?
It'd be nice
Nigga,
to
fuck
gauge.
you. Do
It'd
you
be-
want this goddamn sandwich?
It'd be nice to gauge it.
Matter of fact, I'm refusing service. Get your ass the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Look, we got this overweight nigga over here buying sandwiches
Overweight?
in Subway. Please, no Subway accept his money.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very slim. I have a pot belly, some would say, but I'm very slim.
Whatever.
Overweight, definitely.
Okay, this
not.
pot's belly slim looking ass nigga.
This skinny fat nigga.
Mm-hmm.
This fat skinny nigga.
Mm-hmm. Who the fuck are you, King? What type of service you expect in a fast food place?
I don't know. I just want to get my
Clearly too much service.
Now
Clearly
Wendy's
too much
is giving
service.
me excellent service.
Okay. Well, stay your ass at Wendy's.
Maybe I need to. Popeyes, I try not to go to Popeyes because they
This shit is terrible.
it's
now.
terrible. They act
I
like
don't
they
know. I don't know. And then they giving people in the shit in those large and those off-brand ass, no label ass things, and those not the regular sizes. I believe they're not the regular sizes.
Of what?
When you ask for a large coleslaw, a large.
Oh no, they not.
Yeah, they bullshit. They jipping motherfuckers. Motherfuckers need to call the headquarters on their ass.
Why are they jipping people? Why is that?
I don't know, cause ain't nobody saying shit.
I did notice that. You say a size of coleslaw. Shit's like that now.
Yeah, and a
It used
large
to be like that.
A large supposed to be like at least like this. I need to see the company's container what a large and a small is.
Wow.
I swore it was bigger than that.
And, well, the chicken ain't that great anymore
It ain't no
either.
more. No.
What happened? I remember going to Popeyes after church and being excited as
Woo.
a kid.
Popeyes, the church's chicken.
That was a good day when you went to Popeyes.
Mm.
You know? Shoot. But yeah, what else? I got a question for you. What is going on with this whole Israel thing? Have you been paying attention to that?
No.
Oh, okay.
I know we giving them too much motherfucking money. That's all I know.
So the money needs to stop.
Either that or a whole tens of years explanation to why.
Because they're our ally, right?
They too small to be a motherfucker. Who ally doing what?
You don't like giving your allies
Well, as long as if we give them money, as long as we give everybody else some money too, which we probably do. I'm just talking shit. I don't know shit about what's. That's the reason why I don't never say nothing, because I don't know the story from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Why do we give them money? Why do America feel like they're such allies? Why are we doing that? Why are we doing this? It's something to it, but I don't know exactly what it is.
Huh.
I have no idea what's going on. Every time somebody says something, it says something, it starts some sort of commotion about it. I don't know what's going on. So
T'Chaka looks like he's trying to break out. He's trying to find a way to be free.
lay down. He better lay his ass down. Lay down.
I don't think he's scared of you.
Yeah. Hold on, let me get my shoes. Lay your ass down. Lay down.
Yeah, he looked like he's about ready to start trying you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He looks like he is ready to start trying you. He don't even look at you the same no more. He's like, fuck this nigga. Look at his eyes. You know.
What? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. You know.
So I don't know. Maybe I'll look into it and see what's happening over there.
Huh. Did you watch Rory and Mal's 1 hour bitch session?
Who is that?
The two dudes that was on Budden's podcast shit. They had a 1 hour response.
No. Did you watch it?
Bits and pieces of it,
What did it say?
I mean,
What
it was
they were saying?
to me. It's like they were complaining about shit that it was like it's like you complained, but you seemed happy to be on the podcast.
They all do, right?
So I don't know what to believe. I mean, they were homeboys with Joe Budden, and they had a podcast. If business was fucked up, obviously y'all should have talked about the business before even saying, hey, I'm going to come back on the podcast again. Cuzzo's yawning with only 2 hours of sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's how I felt when you fucked up the money.
That's how you
I'd have
felt.
fired your motherfucking ass too if I could have.
Docious.
I know how. What's his name? Rory and who?
Rory and Mal.
Yeah, that's how I felt.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so.
Fucked up the church's money.
The church's money.
Mm-hmm. What do you mean you don't think so?
I don't think so.
Whatever.
I think we'll still sit up here and have a great chance to get another deal in the future.
Not by them.
You don't think so?
We could do 5 episodes. They only will give us $200.
Well, they're not gonna give us nothing now because you complained after the one episode.
Cool.
You know? That's why I said, man,
let all them drunk motherfuckers wreck and drive off the road and get tickets.
So now you're going back on everything.
No, I'm not going back on shit. I'm just talking shit about how much we got paid. That you.
So we got paid the same as other podcasts for this project.
We not other podcasts. We the motherfucking Chronicles. God damn it.
Woo, I like that.
No, you don't, nigga. You sold us out.
I like that. We the Chronicles, god damn it. That sounds like a good logo for a shirt. I like that.
Until somebody make another one. All y'all motherfuckers got paid was $200.
You see, they had another press club thing, and we didn't win again.
Oh, you upset about that?
Nah, I'm just saying in general. You see, they had another one, and we didn't win again.
Who won Elvis podcast again?
No, this is a different one. This is the Alaska Press Club.
Oh,
but this one, the dude, what's his name, came in like 3rd place, I think.
Oh.
The dude that interviewed Joker. Docious really laughed out loud, Joe.
Who was first?
I don't remember who first was. Some motherfuckers that ain't relevant to podcasting here to me.
You know, that's their award.
They called Alaska Public Media's podcast a podcast when it's fucking on AMZT radio and shit. Nobody listens to the shit.
Obviously they do. If they got if they ranked with 1 through 5.
The bias is real.
You think so?
I think it's real. I have to say it. I'm sorry.
Maybe
maybe
we just not cool enough.
And I like the one podcast that won 3rd place. You know, I mean, they just talk about. I can't think of the name of it.
Won 3rd place.
Yeah.
The dude that interviewed Joker the Bells Bomber.
Yeah.
Nigga, please. I thought you don't say nothing about nobody. Do they listen to the podcast? Do they listen to the podcast?
I don't know.
What
I even suggested one time because I have them on. Hold on, I have them on Instagram, and they said, "Who would you like to see on the podcast?" I said, "Well, I'd like to see the Chronicles on your podcast." Never got a response since. I never got a response.
You heard that record scratch?
Yeah, apparently.
We can't be number 1. We have them niggas on our podcast. That's probably what happened.
You know, I mean, you know, like
his ratings probably dropped.
Well, his podcast, he talks about things pertaining to Alaska. Like he interviews people from Beans Cafe and a lot of businesses locally and stuff like that. You know, and we're in Alaska and we're pertaining to Alaska, even though a lot of our listeners aren't from Alaska. We get listeners here, but a lot of our listeners are lower 48 too.
Well, maybe we should talk about more things in Alaska.
Why?
I don't know. It's a suggestion.
I hear what you're saying, but my thing is the point to I said this on a podcast that'll never.
Well, that's
get...
true because the one that won 1 year, another one just talks about Elvis. So that wouldn't be necessarily true.
Well, I said too on a podcast that still hasn't aired my interview. I'm not going to say the name.
Why not?
But I did an interview damn near a year ago, and it still ain't got aired yet. But
Why you
anywho,
don't say the name? Who is it?
I'll tell you when we get off here.
Why not? Why not say it now?
It's not pertinent now. But
Why
anyway,
you always hiding shit?
Anyways.
That's why we don't win shit, because you do shit right there.
Anyways, so
you don't divulge the juicy shit.
I said that we work. I felt like we did it backwards to where we already had people listening from the lower 48, and now we're trying to get more known in Anchorage, and everybody else is doing it Anchorage. And I don't even know if a lot of these podcasts are trying to expand outside of Alaska, because someone that listens to a podcast in New York doesn't give a fuck about what the fuck is going on with Beans Cafe. No offense. What's going on
That's
with
not
Beans?
necessarily true.
You think so? Do you think a person in New York?
If somebody listens to a podcast based in a certain state, why wouldn't they care about a little bit of the things what's happening in that state where the podcast is based?
But what would make a person who is in New York listen and give a fuck about the homeless?
Well, they would. I'm not saying the whole podcast should be about the homeless or be about Alaska. That would be pretty boring for somebody who doesn't live in Alaska. That
Right.
I understand that, but little things
Like what?
I don't know. I can't say what would interest everybody or a lot of people. I'm just saying that I'm just coming from my perspective. If I were listening to a podcast and it was wherever, and they mentioned a few things in wherever they were, I wouldn't be upset about that.
I mean,
now if they only talked about things that went on there, that would kind of turn me off.
That's what I'm saying. And that particular podcast we talked about only talks about stuff locally.
Well,
in
maybe
town.
that's why they won, according to the Anchorage Press.
Maybe.
I mean, it's only the Anchorage Press's opinion that they deserve number 3 or whatever ranking they are.
Well, I definitely feel that there's a bias going on.
If you fuck with Anchorage Press, probably is.
Yeah.
You see what type of level of hip hop prowess they got.
What do you mean?
They ain't that the same dude that did the one dude? Was it the person we saw a couple weeks ago, a month ago, too?
No. He's a podcast. That was actually
That wasn't Anchorage Press?
No, you're thinking of. I'm talking about Alaska Press Club. My
Oh,
apologies.
okay.
You're thinking of Anchorage Press, the magazine.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry.
Separate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because it's like for journalists. And it's different.
Oh, okay. All right then.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I don't know if there's anybody.
I just don't see. Like I said, if I'm in California and I want to listen to something about Alaska, what is the pull? And I feel like when we do our podcast, the pull is because we talk about different things. Like you could listen to an episode and not even know we're in Anchorage, Alaska, which I guess is cool to some people.
How would they know if we didn't talk about Alaska or say where we were from? How would they know? How would you know from anywhere? Unless they had the particular accent.
But that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I think the draw is that we talk about everyday shit. It's not like we have to mention that we're in Anchorage, Alaska every episode. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So somebody that's in Georgia, if we're talking about a topic when it involves race or something like that, they're listening to us talk about the topic. Us being from Alaska isn't the pull of the podcast.
Okay.
If that makes sense. Did I explain that wrong?
Yeah.
I'm half asleep. So
I
I could be rambling at this shit.
You always rambling. it ain't gonna get us no win in Alaska, so we can just probably give it up.
Is it because we're black? Let me ask the question. I'm gonna ask you the tough question.
How's that a tough question?
Is it? It's a real
How would
question.
I know that?
I'm asking you your thoughts.
I don't think about it. I don't give a fuck.
I didn't ask you if you think about it.
I don't give a fuck if we win or not.
I didn't ask
I
you if you
haven't
think
thought.
about
I
it.
haven't thought about it.
I'm asking you to think about it now. What
Okay,
is your?
I'll tell you next podcast.
Don't take a week to figure this
Why
out.
not?
You just kicking the ball down the road. That's all that is. I'll tell you next week's episode. Nigga, please.
What? What you want me to say about what?
I just want to know what your opinion is.
Well, how would they know we're black on the show?
Because the way we talk.
Oh,
and we obviously throw the N-word. Two white dudes aren't going to throw the N-word.
That would be controversial.
It would, but
two white guys?
They get pulled pretty quick.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're actually two white guys posing as two black guys.
No, because we would have been one.
We would have been one what?
An award.
We'd have what?
We'd have been one an award.
Yep. We're in blackface, ladies and gentlemen. You can't tell.
And in blackface, they said, we don't need any other submissions. We got our winner right here.
Yeah. How would they tell? Would that be a show? If our art was black folks, we was actually two white dudes?
It would get pulled like a motherfucker.
How? How would they ever prove it? Were they going to be outside taking pictures? How would they ever prove it?
Once they found out, somebody
How would they find out? You think somebody would tell?
Somebody would tell. If we were two white guys in blackface and our podcast cover,
how would they know we're black? We don't have any video when we do the podcast.
Because the way we talk.
That doesn't mean we're black.
What do you think? You're Cuban talking the way you be talking sometimes?
If we were in Cuba, how would you tell?
I guess that's true.
All right then. Ladies and gentlemen, we're actually two white dudes.
I don't know.
See?
I just think there's a lot of bias going on in the city.
Maybe.
You know.
We should be used to it now, by now.
I am getting used to it by now. Because, like I said, I listen to competition. I try to listen to competition to try to stay current.
But you're biased. You're biased.
I don't think I'm biased,
Oh,
but...
come on. If you listen... I'm biased to other shows.
How would describe bias?
Nigga, you want a definition of what bias means?
No, but I'm saying pertaining to listening to other shows. How do you
because
think I'm biased?
you think your show is the best.
Is it not?
That's your biasness right there.
Do you think it is?
I feel it is, so I'm biased.
If you had to put our podcast up against other podcasts in Anchorage or in Alaska as a whole,
well, I couldn't do that because I haven't really listened to any other podcasts in Anchorage.
The four you've heard bits and pieces of.
Well, I think ours is better, but like I said, I'm biased.
One host is bland as fuck. I do like Coffee and Quack.
I just listened to excerpts. I haven't.
But
really
the other host, the one I was talking about earlier, you heard him. He's like, this dude is bland.
Right, the one that was doing the interview.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's so low energy. Who would listen to that for an hour?
People in Alaska, obviously. Right?
The one about Elvis.
White folks.
How can you talk about Elvis every week?
Apparently you can. Maybe, like I said, maybe we should talk about Elvis.
Wow.
Or talk about the guy who wrote some of his hits. And he sounded like him too. Remember that time I played what's his name? I can't remember his name right now. Oh, your impersonation? Oh, don't start that shit.
Why not?
Because you're not singing the song.
You ain't nothing but a hound dog.
I should have said that.
You liked that.
No,
that sounded good, didn't it?
No, it didn't.
You ain't nothing but a hound dog.
We might win. Keep going. Keep going. We might sing the whole song. We might win the award. We might come in first. That's how you
help.
See, ladies and gentlemen, that's how you know he's a white dude, because he can sing Elvis. Now sing Barry Manilow. Next up, Beach Boys. Come on.
Beach Boys, no, that's the Beatles.
Them too.
Was She Loves You, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think that's the Beatles.
That's the Beatles.
Oh.
Beach Boys is,
Barbara Ann. You too young for that. Though.
Fuck, Beach Boys.
Barbara Ann.
No, it's another hit they had too.
I think. I think that's how you say it.
They had that, but then they had They had Wipeout too, right?
Yeah.
It was another one too.
Baby Mama, K-Lago, Montego. Is it Baby Let's Go to the Kokomo? Ain't that the Beach Boys too?
That I don't know.
I don't know. That could have been.
Yeah. See, you know the songs too. Talk about.
Well, I'm old.
I just know a little bit of music.
I'm just saying I'm old. We used to listen to the Beach Boys because they was on the radio. That was before rap.
Ladies and gentlemen, Docious is old as fuck because he just said he listened to the Beach Boys on the radio.
We did.
Fuck.
We
Jesus.
did.
Jesus.
The Beach Boys, Queen, Barry Manilow, all that shit. That shit came on the radio.
Yeah. Maybe if we talk about Elvis more, we'll get an award.
I'm not that old for Elvis, but for some of Beach Boys, they were on the, they were popular when I was younger still. The Bee Gees.
The Bee Gees. Yeah. I like the Bee Gees.
So that's the type of stuff they played on the radio. Kiss. Even though they didn't have that many hits, but I mean, I don't think. But
My
Kiss.
youngest son loves fucking, he heard me playing Kiss and he plays that shit all the time. Fucking what the fuck is the name of that Kiss song? I can't think of what the Kiss song. I'd be able to call her right now. He'd be able to sing the shit. What's the name of the Kiss song you like? And he just, because he heard me playing it. I'd be playing wild shit. Let me see if I can see it in the list. It'll say right here. I was made for loving you.
Yeah.
That's Ooh yeah.
Oh, Gene Simmons.
Yeah, man. That motherfucker can sing.
He can.
That motherfucker can sing.
It was wild too.
Huh.
Tongue hanging out.
Yeah. Some of them white boys could sing. Do you think some black people could have made some of those songs and they'd have been just as good? Or do you think it had to have been a white person to do those songs?
I mean,
it's just like the conversation we had when we talked about Justin Timberlake, when me, you, and Byron talked about Justin Timberlake.
What about him?
About how when we said a black dude couldn't have did that.
What do you mean couldn't have did what?
When we flipped Justin Timberlake songs, the way he flipped them and all that shit.
What do you mean why a black dude couldn't have done that?
We had talked up something about it on the episode. We were like, yeah, a black dude couldn't have done that.
I don't remember saying that. Why couldn't he have done that?
Just the
How
way,
was Timberlake that
just because he was the whole package. Me and Byron was talking about how he was the whole. Were you not paying attention to that episode?
I don't know what the fuck. What black person ain't done with Justin Timberlake?
I'm talking about those songs the way he did them. That's what we were talking about. You must have checked out or something in that combo.
Well, I don't know.
Byron, if you listen to this
I don't know.
this nigga doesn't listen to what we say.
I don't remember. I don't remember saying that. But if that's what y'all were saying,
like, do you think a brother could have did that Kiss song? I was made for loving you.
Yeah, why not?
It's just as
In
good.
Living Color has a multi-platinum album. Not is it In Living Color? Or Living? I think it's Living Color.
You think just as good?
What, as Kiss? I don't think they were as famous as Kiss, but they're pretty famous. I know who they are. I like their album.
Do you think a brother could have did Queen?
Yeah, but they might not have been as famous as Queen. I don't know. I don't think it has some. Well, I mean, at some parts of history, it has something to do with skin color because of what white folks was doing back in the day. I'm not going to say that because of skin color they couldn't do it. I'm sure they could. Anybody can sing those type of songs. I don't know. I can't say who would have been more famous or as famous. I don't know that. I mean, of course, back in the day they wouldn't have been because people who saw they had darker skin wouldn't want to listen to them. At least not publicly like they did. But after that era, probably I would think so. I would guess they could. I mean,
do you think this is gonna be a good one?
You have people who sing. You have like Chuck Berry and Little Richard and
But do you think they could have sung it just as good as Freddie Mercury?
No, I mean they can't be Freddie Mercury.
Do you think a brother could have sung "I Keep Forgetting" by Michael McDonald? Is just as good.
I mean, they'd have to sing it. How would I know that?
I'm just asking a general question.
They can't be the singer. That's what I'm saying. Singing the song.
But I'm saying if Michael McDonald never would have did "I Keep Forgetting" and somebody else would have did it, do you think it would have been just as big?
I don't know.
Because
It's hard to top that.
Michael McDonald, his voice, man, that's just hard to top.
What group is he from?
Stop it. Come on, the Doobie Brothers. Can you stop it? What do you want to ask me next? George Michael, if he's part of Wham?
And Sting?
Stop it. I was listening to Sting the other week. I was listening to is it fucking Message in a Bottle?
That was one of the songs.
And it was something else. Yeah. I just wake up on my routines and I just throw something on randomly. Like I have on my phone.
Sting is from where?
Sting? Mm-hmm. What do you mean? Where is he from?
The group.
The fucking fuck. I can't think of it off the top of my head.
These young niggas. Okay.
I know where he's from. I just can't think of it off the top of my head right now. I know the group. It's on the tip of my tongue.
Mm-hmm. Sure it is.
Fuck.
Moving along.
Fuck. What is the name of the group he was on?
The Police.
Fucking Police. Fuck. I'm sleepy. You gotta give me some.
No.
I'll take your 2 out of 3, though. I'll take your 2 out of 3.
Oh, I get those are easy ones.
Oh, gosh. Niggas want to give music quizzes when I only got like 2 hours of sleep.
Nigga, you stepped in the ring like a boxer. Don't complain now.
No,
you gotta say, "Oh, I'm too sleepy to answer." Don't try to answer and then claim you too
I've
sleepy.
done pretty good though, you know.
No, claim sleepy, nigga. You went to answer it. That's you all in.
You know. Every time I leave.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh my god.
No, you don't like that?
Of course I do.
So what? Because I sing it.
You can sing it.
You said, "Oh my God!" How about you sing it? Let's hear Docious.
I don't need to sing it. I've heard it on the radio plenty of times.
Well, you don't want to give us a sample of Docious singing?
No, I sure don't.
Who sampled that?
I don't know.
Since you want to step in the ring, who sampled?
I don't know.
I keep forgetting.
I don't know. I remember this. Oh, that's a Warren G.
Okay then, see. You know. I can dig it. Yeah.
So what else we got? Nothing?
Did we find out anything on what was the one we were talking about the other week? It was about a shooting or something. It was something that you brought up. I thought we were supposed to do a follow-up on that.
I don't remember. I don't.
You don't remember?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Niggas is getting shot so frequently.
Once a day, at least.
To be fair, that's true.
I mean, I was watching, there's this one guy, so, I don't know where it was. It's probably old, but, you know, I just saw it the other day, and I kind of saved it, but I didn't know if it was going to be a topic or not. The guy walked into Walmart with his helmet on, his motorcycle helmet on.
Did he say that's a mask?
No, it's not made.
Oh.
So the manager was trying to get his attention. So it appeared that the manager was trying to get his attention to take his helmet off, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I guess it's kind of old because there was some sort of shooting there, either at that Walmart or close to it or something. And I guess the person wore a helmet or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So the manager was trying to get his attention, and the guy, and when he looked back on the tape, it appeared that if the guy had the helmet on, so he doesn't have too much peripheral because he's got the helmet and the visor down, I believe. Mm-hmm. And he said he was playing music in his helmet, so he probably saw the guy, but he didn't realize.
This is a white dude?
White guy.
Okay.
So he goes, buys his stuff, whatever, goes and then the manager calls the police. So the manager is telling the police that the guy, he walked up to him, how close he was, which was not what the video showed. Mm-hmm. So the police got the dude ass, and they end up arresting him because the guy said he didn't hear him, but they believed what the manager was saying. So based on what the manager said, they arrested the guy. So the guy sued him for false arrest, whatever. And I don't use that to say how policing is done.
But to be okay, so to be fair, why would a nigga walk in with?
But that's not the. Listen to me. That's the way the police and the manager approached it. Uh-huh. And that's probably if you're to uphold the law, if you're supposed to be to, how can I say it? If you're a police officer or a manager, right? Mm-hmm. It's not about. I don't think it's about who's right and who's wrong, mm-hmm. right? I don't think there was a reason for the manager to call the police because he wasn't doing anything wrong. There's no policy.
So he was just close to somebody else.
No, he walked. He's riding a motorcycle. He said I think he's on his way to work or whatever. He gets off his motorcycle, parks his motorcycle, goes in there to buy some things, buys the stuff, and he's leaving the store. Mm-hmm. So the whole while, the manager had been trying to get his attention to take his helmet off or ask him to take his helmet off, and for some reason, the guy said he didn't see the manager, he didn't hear him, whatever. So he's at
because he's got music blasting in his.
Well, he's got the music on. He's got the visor down. I don't know. I think he had the visor down too. When the police stopped him, I think he had put his stuff on the little benches they have up in the front. So he was doing this. The police approached him. So he flipped his visor up. He asked him to take his helmet off. He took it off. He asked for his ID. He gave the ID. The man was yelling and screaming. They asked him. The manager said, "Well, I approached you." He said, "Well, I had music going on. I didn't hear you." And the manager kept questioning them. They were like, "Well, just because of the recent shooting, why would you do this?" But that's none of the law. See, mm-hmm. The way they were questioning the guy, that there's no policy that says you had to take off your helmet. Whether they feel that they ride too and they take off their helmets too, that's irrelevant. Mm-hmm. The person said that he didn't hear him. The manager said he did. So that none of that is against the law. That's what I'm saying. So mm-hmm. none of what they were doing to this guy was the law. So since that, then one of the officers stepped up, told him to get his head out of his ass, was just talking shit to him. So after that, he just said, "Okay, I'm not gonna say nothing no more." So since the manager said that he asked him 4 or 5, 6 times to leave the store, they arrested the man on trespassing.
That doesn't make any sense.
It's ridiculous. So I say that to say, no matter who you are, the police have been out of control for years. Mm-hmm. You know, they want to say, well, we're targeting them, which we should, because they've been, in my opinion, they've been out of control for years, on no matter what color they are. Mm-hmm. If we're going to mention black folks, yes. If we're going to mention other people's, I agree, yes, too, because this was a guy, no matter what color, it shouldn't have happened. So the charges was dropped, and he's suing the people, which he should. Mm-hmm. And I was thinking about myself or anybody else, that's what we should start doing. Motherfuckers should start suing the shit out of them motherfuckers. That was ridiculous. He spent hours. He didn't break any law, according to what I saw. He didn't hear the person say get out. So if he says he didn't hear the person get out, and he's being compliant now, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Whether or not he's lying, they don't have lie detectors and shit in their pockets and shit like that. So they were only going with what the manager said. Now basically the guy.
Can we be objective?
Go ahead.
To be fair.
No, you can't say be fair. This is just your opinion. It's not fair. It wouldn't be necessarily fair. That's not being objective. That's being biased.
That is? I like the way you just said it, but I don't know what the fuck you just said.
Because you're saying to be fair, so you're already comparing or measuring fairness. And you and I can't do that. But go ahead.
Smart you've become.
Always was.
That's my Yoda.
Whatever.
Okay. Me being objective.
Try
I don't know if this is called objective
It's
or
probably,
me just
it's
asking.
probably hard. It's probably hard for you because you're very petty. So.
Wouldn't it make sense to not blast music in your ears when you're walking into any place of business? You don't know if that place of business could be robbed or anything. Wouldn't you want to know what's going on in your surroundings?
Well,
it doesn't have to be necessarily to what you're talking about, but I'm just saying in general.
Well, I'm not him. So what he was saying.
But do you believe that personally?
No, because people walk in with, even though people walk in with headphones playing music.
Yeah,
people walk in with earpieces.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
but I'm saying with earpieces, usually a lot of people only have like one in or whatever.
Well,
you know.
that's it. They're doing whatever they want to do, which is well within the law. There's no thing that's saying
it is. I'm just posing.
Okay, so
I'm saying a regular question. It's like, wouldn't somebody want to?
I don't know. You'd have to ask him.
Okay.
Being objective, objectively looking at it, if he wasn't breaking the law, I don't understand why the police were called. The manager said, "Well, we're not allowed to touch you." He could have jumped in front of him. He could have waved at him. He could have got his attention.
Well, if he didn't
really
steal
tried.
anything, it's no point in getting his attention.
That's what I'm saying. He didn't pull out no weapons. He bought something. If I was the manager and I seen him, I would approach him to make sure I got in front of him and say, "Hey, could you please take off your helmet next time?" And that would have been it. I wouldn't have called the police.
Just because a nigga got robbed wearing a motorcycle helmet, he robbed a store or whatever, you wearing a motorcycle helmet, that doesn't mean every motherfucker.
Or shooting or whatever. Yeah. That's it's ridiculous. So I'm saying that to say that the policing is horrible. And I don't know, but because of poor communities and everything, in my opinion, they've been saying that, and then now they have video of it. Now people are believing that the police. Some people are believing that some policing is horrible.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That is crazy. What else you got, though?
I don't know, not much. What else you got?
I didn't have much else. What time are we at?
42?
We're at 42. That was pretty good for 42.
No, it ain't, man.
Here, you go ahead and find the topic.
Why I gotta find a topic? Why do I have to find a topic?
I'll help you out while you look.
Help me
If
out.
I gave you diamonds and pearls.
Oh, now you're a prince? Nigga, stop it. Please. Woo!
All I can do is just offer you.
Lord have mercy. Ooh, Lord. Oh, I read this one thing that it said early Irish people were black.
What website is that?
Travel Noir.
Travel Noir?
Mm-hmm. This is just one of them. It's been on a couple of websites. Should I read it to you?
You can read it. The early Irish are black. You know you're fucking up people's St. Patrick's Day, right?
No, I'm not. Shit, motherfucker gotta know they black too. So, you want to talk about my DNA tests?
And you said you didn't want to talk about it. We don't have to.
We can, since we ain't got shit else to talk about.
If you don't want to talk about it, we don't have to disclose it. That's fully on you.
But you got to do yours too. So
I'm not doing mine.
You not?
Oh, my DNA test?
What do you mean? What you not doing? Nigga, what the fuck you say you ain't doing on the show?
I'll do a DNA test.
You got to. We bet, nigga.
How much does it cost?
It don't matter. Nigga, you buy $100 birth certificate, you should be bad.
I just fucking said this shit at work yesterday.
You buy $100 birth certificate, you should be bad.
This. When people defended you, I said, "This. You don't know the amount of shit this motherfucker has gave me." And I brought up that birth certificate, and they said, "Well, why would you do that? Why would you pay $100?" That's not the fucking point.
Yes, it is. Thinking this Shit is $15 motherfucking dollars. You paid $100, nigga. You paid 85 extra dollars for the shit you get for $15.
Oh, God.
At least 50.
See,
You pay.
This is why.
You pay for your royal birth certificate. You should be able to get the ancestry.
I will get an ancestry if it makes you feel better.
No, nigga, we got a bet.
What do you mean we got?
I'm 80%. I am from 86% dark skinned countries.
That doesn't mean Africa could be considered a dark-skinned country.
That's what I'm saying. Most of my ancestry comes from dark-skinned places.
But that doesn't mean they were dark-skinned people.
What are you talking about?
Charlize Theron's from South Africa. That doesn't mean anything.
She's not. She was born there. She's not. And indigenously from there.
I don't know. I think that skews the water a little bit.
How?
Because you're saying you're from dark-skinned countries. That doesn't mean that your descendants there would have been dark-skinned.
Oh, okay. So
that's what I'm saying.
Where else would I've got my dark skin from?
That plays with like your genetic blueprint.
Okay,
that doesn't play with where you're from necessarily.
How it doesn't?
You could be from fucking England and have a genetic code of dark skin.
Okay, so where would the dark skin come from? The dark skin is connected to where there's large amount of sunshine.
Right.
Okay, so in the areas
your
where
ancestors there could be white.
Where?
In these dark-skinned countries.
Not indigenously. I'm talking about indigenously way back. I'm not talking about in between.
I'm talking about all of that shit.
That's not what I'm talking about.
I want gumbo. Everything's got to be in gumbo.
Well, it is. My shit is from Wales and England and all that shit. But those are
where? What was the first
Wales and England. But those are those are 1 and 2. No, wait. Actually, hold on. Let me look. Let me look.
This nigga's pulling up a pie map.
Everybody's is a pie map. Why is that funny? Yours is going.
I just think that's hilarious.
But the bet is to see who's more black.
Who's more black?
That's what the bet was.
Is black? So wait a minute. So black is fully defined by the percentage of melanin in you? That's what we're defining black as? So you're saying me as a light-skinned man, I'm just not as black as you?
I didn't say nothing.
That's what it sounds like.
No, you said you was cracking shit.
Please.
You were talking shit.
Please help our light-skinned listeners understand.
I'm not helping no light skin. Okay, I got 45% from Nigeria, 17% from Congo, Cameroon, Western Bantu, 14% from Benin and Togo, 14% from Mali. I got 5% from England and Northwestern Europe, 2% from Senegal, 2% from Ivory Coast and Ghana, and 1% from Wales. So 85% of my DNA matches these countries in Africa.
So what if my DNA matches more and I'm light-skinned? Then what?
Well, then you win the bet.
This would be a failed test by you.
No,
right?
you win the bet.
So then that would mean I'm blacker than you.
You don't know. You may have 45% from England and
you're banking on that, huh?
No,
it sounds like you're banking on it.
I win the bet.
You might come back.
If you're less than 86%, yeah,
it might come back.
You might have some whatever.
It might come back. I could be 90% black, and you would be shocked.
They might come back with a different birth certificate and mark you white on that motherfucker. You bullshit. They might send the people to collect your birth certificate and make you a new one.
I don't give a fuck what it is, but I won't be paying $100 again for it. That's for damn sure.
Oh, this one will be free. You all paid up. So, did they give you one free reprint with the $100?
For $100, my shit better be in a museum somewhere.
It might be.
Oh my
So
God.
when you do your test, they might come collect your birth certificate to redo it while you bullshit.
So you just went to Ancestry.com and they sent you a kit.
Well, you can order one off of there.
How much was the kit?
I don't know.
You don't know?
My girl bought it for me.
I had one bought for me, but I never did it.
Yeah, you could wait till Black Friday. They usually sometimes they go on sale. I think she bought it on sale. It's pretty interesting though, because my two cousins are on here that I know of. That I know that I'm. Excuse me. That I know I'm related to.
Let me see. I'm gonna see because
It's pretty cool.
I'm gonna see if they still have it. I just asked. I'm willing to take the test.
Nigga, we made a bet.
Okay, but that doesn't. We didn't put a time frame on it. I could take the bet 2032.
If that's what you want to do, white boy.
then drop those jewels on you before you know. Say Docious is 2032.
Have your birth certificate ready.
My birth certificate ready.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna come back. I think it might come back and say I'm just as black as you, if not black.
Nah,
you don't think so?
No.
Why not?
You're too light.
So?
No, fuck, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. It could. Shit, who knows? I can't tell. It don't because you got light skin.
but for now you're part white.
Most of us is probably part white.
And you found this news out when?
Just the other day, I just started fucking with it the other day.
What day would you say you found out?
Day before yesterday. I don't know. They sent me an email. And
So what has transpired in your daily routine since you found out? Did you not
I tried to go get my record cleared.
Did you? Did you not go down to Alaska Housing in person and tell them
I tried. I called them.
I demand to be moved.
I called them. I called the feds in the state. Told them I'm white now. Can I get these felonies exonerated? I did that. I start driving recklessly without. I can just drive anytime I want to now. My lights out on my truck. I don't have to worry.
You can, but I'd keep the results on you though. For something
I do. I got a printout.
If you're gonna be that reckless with it, then I'd carry a printout.
I got a printout for sure.
Oh gosh. Do you park in handicap spots too?
All the time. Oh yeah, that's a good one. I could double park.
You don't pay for newspapers?
No. I can just paste my DNA results in the window.
Yeah.
And when they come up and look at it, oh, okay, Mr. Foster, no problem.
Oh my God. I'd have been trying to go get a car, a loan, all that shit. You ain't bought a house yet.
I'm about to.
Be like, man,
and then when I go to sell it and they appraise it, maybe I won't lose $100,000.
You won't lose $100,000. Be like, hey, I think there's something else we can work out. You know, there's many advantages that you can now possibly take advantage of, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I thought that the ones you did, they give you like your total history, where like you get your family crests and all that shit.
I don't know. There's different ones. See, because you can cross load your DNA to other sites to get other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm gonna look for that too.
Mm-hmm.
But it gives you close family that you're second and third cousins with. And then they go to extended family. There's actually a lot of people on here.
Maybe I should ask one of my cousins if they did an ancestry yet and see what they say.
Mm-hmm. They got distant family, fourth.
Wouldn't they have the same? Wouldn't your cousin have the same results as you?
Not necessarily, depending on how far they are.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean the same results?
If y'all related, wouldn't y'all have the same results? Well, not necessarily, I guess.
Results as far as what though? What do you mean?
Your ancestry.
Not well, up to a certain point, of course. I mean, all the way till you would probably share, depending on what side you would share. If it was your mom's side, I think you would have that mitochondrial DNA from the female. If it was your father's side, you'd have that mitochondrial DNA. I'm thinking. From because everybody's father would be different. I mean, I guess unless it was the father's side you were coming from. So their grandfather would still have. I think you would still have that one from your grandfather or grandmother. So that's I think I'm not for sure. I got to do some more studying because there's some shit on here that I don't, and of course I got our what's her name as a picture. You and me at the podcast as a picture.
All right.
Yeah, it's cool. So I'll be expecting your DNA results.
Yeah, I give my DNA results. I don't got no problem doing it. You're 6% white. I mean,
of course. Just like white folks probably 3 to 5% sub-Saharan African. It's not the same. Same difference. I don't expect any difference.
I just didn't expect to be doing my podcast with a white man. That's all.
You a white man too.
We don't know that.
Yeah, we know that. Like
you're assuming. You're assuming again.
I am assuming like bright, but I can.
See, light bright. You're assuming. It could come back.
I am assuming.
It could come back. My bloodline is some purple motherfuckers. They so black, they purple.
You probably got those in there too, but you got some white folks in there. From somewhere.
If it comes back and it's 2%, then what?
Nah, you probably 75.
Oh, nigga, please. I wouldn't be surprised.
You might come back 15%.
So
the rest might be European shit.
So what if it comes back? I have Hispanic in my heritage.
You can still have Hispanic in your heritage even from Africa. The Spanish landed in Africa too. There's a place in Africa, I forgot what it's called, they speak Spanish. So you can still have it being from Africa. So it wouldn't change anything.
Okay. So if I'm like...
But you talk about it specifically if you had your genetic came from...
I'm like 75% and then like 2% white and then the rest is Spaniard, then you still lose.
How?
Because it has to be the percentage of whiteness. That's what we're going off of, right?
No. What the bet was that your genealogy would be from less countries of people of dark skin than mine.
No, that was not the bet. The bet was who had the more percentage of whiteness. That was the bet.
That's okay. So if Spaniards are white, stop it. Spaniards from Spain is in Europe, nigga. Iberian continent. There's white folks. Okay.
Some could be black.
No, not Spaniards.
Well, you know what the fuck I mean.
I don't know what the fuck you talking
what
about.
If it's more Hispanic?
Hispanic from where, nigga? You said Spaniard. Those Spaniards are from Spain. That's in Europe.
Cuba, all that
white,
shit.
Depend on if you're native Cuban.
What if it's Dominican in there?
It depends. Look. Every population that the Spaniards landed, they had a population.
So
that
then
wasn't,
my results could be skewed.
Everybody's are skewed, but to know the history, say if you was if they landed in, would you say Cuba? Mm-hmm. Take Cuba. So there's slaves there from Africa. Mm-hmm. There's people who are aboriginal to the continent also before the Spaniards got there. So you could be a mixture of all three, or you could just be mixtures between the Spaniards and the indigenous population. So that would make you black.
Huh. Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. So you said Latino or would you say Spanish? Spaniard, nigga, Spaniards are European.
Ladies and gentlemen, Doe is really concerned I'm going to come back black.
No, I'm not. You can't. I just lose. But as light as your ass is, I doubt it. Right now, I'm 40. I'm half of me is from Nigeria. Yoruba. I'm going to learn how to speak Yoruba.
But the 6% overrules everything.
No.
Yes.
Because I'm 86% from people from dark skin.
Yeah.
Oh, if you say so.
Just 6% white.
You using the Elizabeth Warren rule, like you said.
Absolutely. 1 in 1,064. You know.
I'm surprised I don't have no Native American in there.
That's what I was like. No Native. I'm pretty sure
it doesn't say it.
I'm sure I have Native American in mind.
I'm not saying I don't have it. I'm just saying this for as far as this one.
What if I come back 1% white and the rest black and Native American? Then I win, right?
Then you win. Because I only got, according to this, I got 6%.
White.
From people, I'm not gonna say white. I'm gonna say from people that my genetic code matches Wales and England and Northwest Europe.
I don't know.
I like.
I'm
this.
interested in seeing.
But you like bright, so it covers the Netherlands, Belgium, Luxembourg, England, and part of Wales. Oh, and Liechtenstein.
You're really banking on the fact that I'm light bright.
What do you mean, nigga? You are light bright.
I know, but you're banking that you're gonna.
Light bright. You remember that? You remember that toy?
That is funny.
You remember that? You too young for that.
I remember that. I think I seen that shit a couple of times when I was a kid because they used to play that in Simon.
You had the black piece of paper and you had the pegs that were different colors.
But yeah, I mean, what if I'm just light because the creator made me light? And I'm just a black.
Get off that bullshit.
What? I'm whatever the creator made me to be,
you
right?
You can believe that, but we're going to see.
You said you can believe that bullshit.
It ain't bullshit, baby. For me, I don't go by that, but some people go by that.
The creator is gonna say this nigga Cuzzo's gonna be blacker than dough.
Well,
I will. How about this?
What?
Do they send you something in the mail
about what?
About your results?
They send you an email. I'm sure they emailed me and said when you set your account up, I don't know how it is in other places, but if you do it at ancestry.com, so you put your phone number, whatever, and then I got an email saying that they received. They got an email saying it's being analyzed. I got an email saying that it was finished. So I got logged on, and that's what it was.
So you log on, and then they give you your results.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How about we do an episode, and we'll do my results live on the episode.
Okay. If you want to. I'm doing mine.
That piqued your interest.
No, I'm looking at Nigeria.
Oh. Yeah, we can do that. We'll do the episode is to be determined, but I will read my results live on air.
So you're going to do it soon then?
Yeah, I'll do it soon.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I won't open the email, or do they send you an email and tell you to log on to see your results?
No, you have a timeline showing where they're at, even if you don't get email. You can get on and check before they, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. Yeah. My goodness. Alright, I don't got nothing else. I'm tired.
You don't have nothing else?
No, Cuzzo's finna go the fuck to sleep. I don't know why I couldn't sleep last night, but it was a long fucking night.
I guess I could be Yoruba, Igbo, right? Or Hausa or Fulani.
And any of those could be white.
Well, I guess they could, but if they were in Africa.
Yeah. It's black. It's white.
You need to quit your impersonation. You're not very good at it.
What about this one, though? She's out of my life. You don't know that one?
I would vote you off.
You don't know that song?
I don't like that song.
You don't like it? Who is that?
Michael Jackson.
Woo! I like Lady of My Life. I like that as a better song.
That's okay.
Yeah.
What?
Because I'm exercising my vocals, man. I'm trying to stay away
That's what
from
you
tired.
call that?
That's what I call it, you know. You don't think my voice is angelic? I kind of take offense to that.
Well, you better take offense to it. I do not think that.
I feel like I sing better than Keith Sweat.
I don't know how would you evaluate that? Where's your first album? What was your first album? You got an album out?
No.
Okay. So,
I wasn't alive with an active sinus infection back then.
But there's no way to evaluate if you're better. You got a single, EP, collabo?
I'm trying to picture the
Well, that's Keith
the
Sweat.
color of your hair.
How you gonna talk about '80s singer and you don't have an album. You gotta put your album out first if you want to talk about somebody, right?
This is true.
Okay, then put your album out. Then when you make your album, you can't even say you sing better than Eddie Murphy.
Eddie wasn't a bad singer. It's just
He wasn't. I mean, he was not really singing. He's harmonizing.
He was singing on Party All the Time.
Nigga, please. That ain't singing. That is not singing.
I think it was the song choice.
That is not singing.
We
both know that.
Party All the Time, he was singing.
No, that's
Woo,
not.
ooh, ooh. That was singing.
No, it's not.
She used to party all the time. That's singing.
No, it's not.
Well, you need to go back and listen to it.
What?
You need to go back.
I need to go back.
Yes, he's singing on that song.
No, he's not.
That's the debate. Is Eddie Murphy really singing on Party of the Time?
No.
Eddie is singing.
No, he's not. He's harmonizing.
And thanks to Grand Theft Auto, that song's even more popular now.
He is not singing. Boy, please. That's not. Only person singing on there is Rick James. And he doesn't have even a chorus. He want that body. Oh, that's all he's singing. He is not. Eddie Murphy is not singing. Okay.
Used to see you at clubs, hanging out and dancing.
That's not singing. You can almost say he's rapping. That boy is not singing. You need to stop that. Keith Sweat is not singing either.
He's not.
Okay.
Why did no physician or doctor tell him, are you sure you want to sing with an active sinus infection like that?
Hey.
I don't know if that's good for your respiratory to be singing
It
with
was
that.
Hey, when that first Make It Last Forever was a hit, a classic.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to hate on that. I mean, did he purposely not take Mucinex back then?
He didn't need to. He's making millions of dollars.
I guess.
I wouldn't change nothing.
Wouldn't change nothing.
He might have got surgery and started sounding like Johnny Gill. He'd have went out. He'd have went out. He wouldn't have made it.
I had to buy, I'm going to buy it today, but I rented Boomerang. Because I tried to
Boomerang
look
what?
for it on Blu-ray. The movie, Eddie Murphy.
Why'd you rent it?
Because I wanted to buy it, but they didn't have an option to buy it till I went back in after I rented it. Now I'm going to go buy it probably today. But that's probably my favorite. Well, that's one of my favorite Eddie Murphy movies. Probably my top 3. No?
I would say the top 3 would be Beverly Hills Cop.
Oh, you're right. So I have to move my list. So my top Eddie would probably be Beverly Hills 1.
48 Hours. Golden Child.
Damn, you're right. I think I put Golden Child number 2 though. I put Golden Child over 48 Hours.
I don't know why
I'm
you do that.
I'm just not really a Nick Nolte fan.
Classic movie.
It is a classic.
Those two are better than those Beverly Hills Cop and motherfucking 48 Hours is better. Is at the Trading Places got to be number 1.
You're right. Trading Places is number 1. Trading Places.
People
Coming to America.
These niggas born in the 80s.
You know, you just mentioned the movies I forgot.
I know you did.
Coming to America. Trading Places.
That's probably be number 3.
What? Coming to America?
Mm-hmm.
Are we counting Raw as a movie?
It's not a movie.
But it was in theaters, wasn't it?
But it wasn't playing as it's not a movie. It's a comic stand-up.
So we're not going to count. I'm about to say if we goddamn count Raw as a movie.
Raw is not a movie.
Okay. All right. So Coming to America, for me, Coming to America, Trading Places, Golden Child. Then I'd put Beverly Hills Cop, and then I'd put Boomerang.
If it was Eddie Murphy movies, if I can remember. I don't know. I have to go back in my mind. It would be Trading Places.
Mm-hmm.
It would be Beverly Hills. It would be 48 Hours. Beverly Hills Cop. Golden Child. Then Coming to America, the number 1. I'm trying to think of some of his other ones. He's got so many. Yeah. I'm not saying the other movies weren't good, but those would be movies I watch again.
I need to get Trading Places too. Yeah, that is a classic.
Yeah, you left some off.
I did. I forgot about Trading Places, and I watch it every year at least once.
48 hours.
Kabooyaka, booyaka, booyaka, ha!
Beverly Hills Cop, and you forgot about all those.
Kabooyaka, booyaka, booyaka, ha!
You got that boomerang. See, I would pick Norbit over Boomerang.
Nah, Boomerang was good.
Oh,
That's when Robin Givens was in her prime. Halle Berry too. That's when they were in their primes. What else I remember on
David Allen Greer was on there.
Brother Doomsy, it's you, Brother Doomsy.
Who else was in Boomerang? I remember David Allen Greer, Eddie Murphy, Halle Berry, Robin Givens,
Eartha Kitt.
Yeah. What's her name?
Fuck is that model's name?
The tall, dark-skinned one?
Yeah.
Grace Jones?
Yeah.
Oh, your boy 7-Up guy was in there?
Yeah, Boomerang had a lot of stars in there.
I can't remember his name. I don't like calling him that, but I don't know his name.
I just like the flow of the movie. The flow of the movie, the story.
It was a good movie.
Yeah. He told that bitch. He said, bitch, how much for that leash? He was trying to knock, what's her name? What was her name? I can't think of the actress's name. Like, give me that leash. I give you $50 for that leash. Maybe because it was on some player shit. Maybe that's why I liked Boomerang.
It was okay.
They tried to do it better with How to Be a Player, but How to Be a Player would never be Boomerang. With Bill Bellamy.
I don't know if they tried to redo it.
I feel like they kind of tried to pull bits and pieces, but and try to make it more comedic, and then give it an ending like he was still playing. I don't know. Yeah,
You left out some major Eddie Murphy movies.
I did.
Shame on you.
I did. But Raw was definitely one of the dopest.
It's not a movie.
I know, but I mean, as far as shit to watch from Eddie Murphy, Raw is damn near the crown jewel. Can we not agree?
But that's stand-up. Crown Jewel what?
Of Eddie
stand-up.
Murphy, of Eddie Murphy in general, Raw is definitely one of the crown jewels. Right?
Okay.
I got some ice cream. Right? Let's go, Doe. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Talking about the hamburgers and... Yeah, Raw was real good. Oh, man. Oh. Rest in peace to Paul Mooney.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. That one was a disappointment, man.
Why?
I'm a big Paul Mooney fan, man.
Right.
I liked one of my favorite stand-ups that he had that I listened to a lot is Race. I don't know if you've heard that one.
Maybe not.
He had one called Race. He had one called Jesus is Black it had some funny moments, but I think Race, and it was another one called where it was like, I watched the stand-up, he was like seeing a therapist during it too. And it had like a red, white, and blue logo. I can't think of the name off the top of my head. Those are probably my two favorite Paul Mooney's. He's talking about when OJ was on the highway chasing, he's cheering that nigga on. Gone, nigga, gone. Paul Mooney, he made being risky funny, I feel. I feel like the shit he was saying was shit that, like, even when I listen to some of our stuff, I feel like there's a little bit in the shit that you say. Like,
the shit that I say.
Yeah, like, what I'm saying is, not saying, like, you're pulling from him, but, like, the shit that you say when you channel some things, I don't want to say channel, but when you say certain things, like, I get that Paul Mooney feel from some of our conversations when we say shit. Because a lot of the shit he said was risky, like the way he talked about white people and
I don't
shit.
think it was...
Like, he had white people walk out of his shows at points.
So?
I get that. But I mean, you didn't really hear that kind of conversation come from black comedians back then. Because everybody was
You don't really hear it now, except,
you don't.
You hear a little bit from Chris Rock and And Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle, yeah. Chris Rock.
You hear from Chris Rock.
I mean,
Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle, you hear from them.
You didn't get that much from him with like Bigger and Blacker.
You don't get it like Paul Mooney gives it.
Yeah, I'm talking about like Paul Mooney.
But you wouldn't. I would think that you wouldn't be as famous if you did that.
Right. You take the
a lot of people don't. I don't think a lot of white folks like Paul Mooney or watch Paul Mooney as much as Dave Chappelle or Chris Rock.
Right.
So you're gonna take a hit as far as probably viewers, but you're not gonna. I don't think you would take a hit from us because I understand where it's coming from. Where I mean, he's not talking in. He said Paul Mooney says what black folks say at home. I just put it that way.
Right. Yeah, this is very true.
So that's what anything that's Paul Mooney you said. One of our generations has heard somebody adult in their house say what he said. That's why it's funny.
Let me ask you an important question.
What?
And I was thinking about this because Paul Mooney probably is in my top 3 of my favorite comedians. Mm-hmm. Do you rank Richard Pryor under Paul Mooney or over Paul Mooney, knowing that Paul Mooney wrote for Richard Pryor?
Well, the thing is that
is it the same thing as having like a ghostwriter in rap? That's what I wanted to ask you.
I don't know. I don't know that much about comedy. I mean, I know it's probably similar, but the point the person still has to tell the joke, or the person still has to rap the lyrics. So in that, a person could be if we're gonna rate him as an MC, yeah, he's probably a hell of a comedian. Mm-hmm. But is he? Well, I don't know if you could rate it the same because in rap, we consider the best is if a person writes their own their own lyrics,
writes and raps their own lyrics.
In comedy, that's not necessarily so. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if that's the same. If we could rate them the same way, I'm sure somebody could, but. I'd have to think about what is the intricate differences between a rapper and a comedian.
Yeah,
you know, because I'm sure Paul Mooney may have some writers too. I'm not for sure.
Yeah, he might have.
But that does make him. If Paul Mooney never had anybody write his own, he wrote all his own material. Yeah, that would make him a better comic. Mm-hmm. I would think.
Well, a lot of people don't know that, you know, Neil Brennan, the white boy, helped write some of that stuff for Dave Chappelle's show.
Yeah, they do.
Well, a lot of people don't know
he was on with Talib Kweli. Is that the dude?
He had a Talib Kweli's podcast?
Yeah.
I think he has glasses, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm saying a lot of people on a wider spectrum don't know that. They think that was all Chappelle. Like, they didn't know that.
Well, it would be
Brennan.
hard. I mean, Chappelle is not saying any of those comics aren't great people, but it would be a hell of a feat to write all your own content. Mm-hmm. I mean, maybe that's why we have to say Keenan Ivory Wayans is a hell of a person, too, if he wrote most of that stuff on that show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what that's the difference. And that was a good show.
Yeah,
you know, so that's the difference between maybe a great comic and a good comic is that they write their own material, or most of it, or have written in most of their material.
Yeah,
I mean, Richard Pryor was funny, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was.
Paul Mooney was. I don't know who is more famous because that's a little bit before my time.
Richard Pryor is obviously going to be more famous than Paul Mooney. Yeah, Paul Mooney started catching on, I think, after the fact.
So who was more famous before then? I mean, you're younger than I am. I wouldn't know. I mean, you have like Flip Wilson and.
I mean, this is the odd me saying this. Your generation might be different from mine, but I would say before Richard Pryor, maybe Red Fox.
Oh, okay.
I would think that would be one of the names that I would think of would be Red Fox.
True.
Now, past Red Fox, I don't know.
Yeah,
as far as stand up. Yeah.
That's way before me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So.
All right, we can go. Your kids are rioting in the room, dude.
This one.
It sounds like there is a full-on Viking war going on in there.
Then he be pulling on the thing, rocking it back and forth.
Pull on what thing?
He's in the little mini playpen.
Oh.
So he stands on the side and rocks back and forth.
And T'Chaka's laying where he shits.
No, I moved it over.
Oh, he's out too. Yeah, he's done. He's tapped out.
No, he's not.
No. Look, you can tell you woke him up. See, look, he just woke up and automatically walked over. He's half asleep.
He don't care.
All right.
So you always ready to bite somebody or get petted, one of the two. With the stinky breath ass. Go lay down. Go lay down. No, in there. Yep, there you go.
Yeah, he's half asleep. You can tell by the way he's walking.
He ain't stretched yet.
All right, we out.
All right, we out.
Holla.